Today we're going to create a table 4-1. We're going to come up here and I've started a new document, and you should always put your name and the assignment name in the footer. So I'm going to put my name. I'm actually going to leave mine off because I'm going to use this as the answer key to show you. Okay, so we're putting that in the footer. We're also going to come up here and we're going to give it a file name. Call it table 4-1 or 4-1 with your initials. So then step 4 says create a table with 9 rows and 4 columns. We're going to come up here and say insert table. So we have where we can do 4x9. I'm just going to do like a 4x5 so I can show you how you can easily add more rows, and we'll see how to add that again to later, some rows and columns. So once we're in a table, you can see that we do have some contextual tabs that pop up. 1 for designing our table, 2 for some basic functions of our table, adding rows, columns, deleting them, splitting our cells, merging our cells, that one will come up, and then aligning the text in the cells. Step 5 says key the text shown in figure 4-1 in the table, leaving the first cell blank. For convenience, after you key the first set of months, copy the text to the cells at the bottom of the column. So I'm going to actually hit the tab key to move through my cells and try to type these fairly quickly. Again, you will be able to find all of this information in the directions. If I needed to go back to a different cell, of course I can always click, but Shift Tab will take you back a cell, Tab takes you forward. I'm getting to the end of my table here, and I'm there. If I hit Tab, it will just automatically add a new row for me, so I don't have to do that. Now, I am going to go up here. It said I can copy January through October. I'm going to copy those, and I'm going to paste them down here, and then the table just automatically increases with those, and I don't have to retype those months again, which is cool. Save some time. All right, so we have the table typed. Step 6, merge the cells that contain Santa Fe with the 3 blank cells below it. So I'm going to highlight Santa Fe and the 3 blank cells below it, and I want to merge those. So this is popping up. We can merge cells here. We can also right click and merge our cells. So we have one set of cells. We're gonna, 6A says do the same for the cells that can contain Taos and the blank cells below it. So I'm gonna right click. It does not give me an option that way to merge the cells. So I'm gonna right click and say merge cells. Step 7, change the entire table text to 16-point Arial and the row height to at least 0.45. So when I'm in a table, up in the top right-hand corner, you should see a 4-headed arrow with a box around it. Now, that doesn't always appear. You can see that it's gone there. But if I roll my mouse over there, it should appear. And once I click on that, that actually selects the entire table so that I can go to Home, change my text to 16, Arial, and then it wants me to change the row height to 0.45. So this isn't really an option with Word Online. We can change the row heights, but we have to manually change them. I do not believe, yeah, that's what I thought. We have to individually do each one of these. So I'm guessing might be off a little bit, but as long as I can tell that you have adjusted all your row heights. To my knowledge, I don't know of another way to do this with Word Online. Let me check something here. Do we have table properties? We do not. Do we have them here? We do not. So we're going to just guess the best we can on that. Step 8, center the table text vertically in the cells. So vertically is up and down in the cells. So right now our texts are all left aligned. That's horizontally, but we want to change all the text so it centers vertically. So I'm going to select my entire table, and these alignment buttons will change the way the text looks. So this one right here actually allows me to center the text in the cell. So you can see there's an extra space above and below. Okay, that's step 8. Step 9, use the column markers or the column borders to adjust the second column to 1.25 inches wide. So this one here is my second column. And again, we can't tell it 1.25. So honestly, we're just going to kind of guess. And then the third and fourth columns to 1 inch wide. So I'm actually going to come up here. If I go right above the column, I can get a black arrow, select or click, and it selects that entire column. But I'm going to do both of these, 3 and 4, at the same time. No, not going to let me do it at the same time online. So I am just guessing again to see if I'm getting about 1 inch width. Step 10, change the text direction of Santa Fe so it reads from the bottom to the top of the cell. We do not have that option online, so we're just going to leave our text like this for now. But we do have to select it because we are going to change the text to 26 point and bold. Might actually have to end up increasing that. Well, we'll leave it for now. And we're going to do the towels the same way. 26 point bold. Do we have a format painter? Whoops. We do have the format painter. So I'm going to click on here and I'm going to copy those formatting features, that 26 in bold. So I'm going to click on the format painter, that paintbrush on the home tab here. Click on it, copy it across or run it across, select house, and then it automatically changes that to 26 point bold. Step 11 says change the first column to 0.75 inch wide. We're not going to be able to do that just because we couldn't move our text so it would read up and down. But I think I'm going to go from this direction. Will it let me? It's not going to let me. If I move this right now, notice that then I would have to go through and change all the others with the Word Online. So I'm just going to leave him like it is. Step 12, center align the text in columns 1, 3, and 4. So we're going to select column 1. I'm going to hold down the control. Oh, nope, not going to be able to do that online. So sorry, we're going to do this separately. So we're going to select column 1, click on the table layout, and we want to center align the text. Now it says nothing about vertical, so that means horizontal. So we're going to click on that, and that centers it in the text. And we want columns 3 centered and column 4 centered. Step 13 says insert a new row at the top of the table. So we've got multiple steps here. So we're going to click here. And right here, it tells me to insert, and I can do above. This is the table layout. I'm going to click above, and now I have a new row up there. I'm going to highlight that row. The next step says merge those cells. So I'm going to merge those cells right here, or I could right click. And I'm going to key the title, average temperatures. Okay. And we're going to change the way our font looks. So we're going to highlight that. We want 24 point, bold, and small caps. We don't have the option for small caps with Word Online, so we'll just leave those as they are right now. Step 14, change the font color of the second row to white. So I'm going to highlight the second row, change my font color to white. I'm not going to be able to see it here in just a second, but 14A says apply a black shading to the row. So that is under table design because remember we do not have any paragraph shading. So we're going to go to table design and we have cell shading right here and we're going to change that to black. Step 15, apply 25% gray shading to the first row. Highlighting my first row, changing that. We're going to wait. That's 35. There you go. Darker 25%. So we have gray shading there. And the next step says to add a half point double black line outside border to the table. I do not believe we have the option. Do we have the option to add borders? Not like that. So we'll skip the outside border to make that thicker. Next step, center the table vertically and horizontally on the page. So I'm going to click on this cell here. We'll see if it lets me center it horizontally. It did. Remember that when I want to do that, I always have to select the whole table. Otherwise, it'll select and center individual text into the cell. We do not have the option to center horizontally on Word Online. So that is the way our table will look, but it's still pretty cool looking.